Here is everything you need to know about Sea of Thieves Season 11, and in this video we're going to cover all the hidden additions you missed and explain secrets about the features coming next season. So watch all the way to the end because I guarantee you'll learn something new about Season 11. With Season 11 coming this Tuesday, we have so many new things to unpack, with new ways to do voyages, tall tales, updates to trading companies, and new loot never seen before. This season is looking packed. With the new update comes an interesting change, with now being able to choose the tall tale or quest you do from the quest table on your boat without having to purchase from an outpost, making it easier for new players and more effective when doing quests. This brings another exciting update, which is the addition of fast traveling. After you have selected a quest and chosen your mission, you can now choose either to enjoy the seas and sail there, or embark on a new path and fast travel, allowing you to reach your destination unharmed and safer than ever before. This new fast traveling system will allow you to experience underwater sailing before arriving right at your tall tale or voyage, making the game feel smoother and more action-packed than ever before. However, a con I can think of with this feature is that people that want to do sneaky plays and get aboard an enemy's boat without them knowing, tucking and hiding, waiting for the right moment to attack, will now find it much harder to do so. Tucking is one of the most fun things to do in Sea of Thieves. Now if you are tucked aboard an enemy's boat, they will now have the option to just dive below the water, kicking off their boat. Hopefully this isn't too much of a problem and doesn't ruin this fan favorite playstyle. The quest table has also been improved in a range of different ways, with now the main page being the discovery page, which will show the best of what Sea of Thieves has to offer. Not only will there be a wide range of quests to do, but a more simple and effective layout to help with new players who are just starting the game. Quest table will also have new features to show you the best and most effective ways of reaching pirate legend and becoming a true pirate of the seas. Community events will also be added to the quest table, such as Double Money Weekend, telling the players when these events will be taking place. This means we are more likely to have people playing at these times and joining in with the pirate community. Season 11 will also bring new changes to the reputation system in the game, with new ways to gain rep through quests that we haven't received in past seasons. Instead of only selling your chest to gain rep, you will now be rewarded with a small amount of reputation when you dig up the chest that will go towards the trading company the loot is under. This change will make it, even if you lose your loot or decide that you can't be bothered turning it in, you'll still be rewarded for your efforts. Trading companies have also been changed, with you now being able to level up past level 75. Now you'll be able to reach level 100, where you will be rewarded with a distinction for your effort. When you reach level 100, you'll be rewarded with a ring that your character can wear in game. This ring will be customized to the different trading company that is level 100. You are able to get 5 distinctions for each trading company, meaning you will gain a maximum of 5 rings per trading company. You will be able to wear 2 different trading companies at one given time. For example, wearing the Reaper's rings on one hand and wearing the Merchant rings on the other. After you reach level 100 and claim your next distinction, your level will be reset back to level 1, and you have to work your way all the way back up to level 100 to claim your next, and continue this until you've reached distinction 5. Each distinction will grant you another ring for your finger. You can repeat this for each trading company, rewarding you with 5 rings for each company. This new addition is great because it gives the game more things to grind, either alone or with friends, especially for the players who have already maxed out their level 75 and have no reason to sell loot anymore. And your hands are one of the only thing you can see in the first person game, so this is great for Sea of Thieves. It would also be great to see an emote come along with this, which shows off your rings to other players, just to show off how many hours you've been grinding. Trading company voyages have been rebalanced, making them give better loot. Not only will there be more rewarding loot, but some of the loot will only be found in these voyages, making the loot rare and unique. When selling this loot, you also get close to unlocking the Cartographer's Pistol and Blunder, which will be gun skins only unlockable by completing these combinations. It will be impossible to find this loot anywhere else, so make sure you are trying out these new voyages and seeing if they are worthwhile, especially if you're liking these guns shown on screen. There's also been an update to Message in a Bottle and Shipwrecks, making them more rewarding and better than ever before. There will be new Kingsley treasures that can be found in these shipwrecks that are most likely going to sell for a lot of loot. By doing these quests and selling them to the correct trading company, you will become one step closer to unlocking the Cartographer's Sniper and Sword, which again can only be unlocked by selling this type of Kingsley treasure. A great addition to the game is being able to dive into certain world events. To be able to do this, you first need to upgrade your trading companies. The more you upgrade them, the more world events you'll be able to travel to. Before you know it, you'll be able to travel to whatever world event you want and begin the fight to complete commendations or fill your boat with loot. There will also be new raid voyages that will be on behalf of the trading company. With this new addition, the loot you receive will only be to the specific trading company you are under. This means you'll be able to level up faster in whichever trading company you want, and there will be greater bonuses for your loot. For example, if you go to your quest table and look under the gold hoarder, you'll be able to see a range of world events. Instead of in previous seasons where it would have a range of different loot types, this will only give you loot for the gold hoarders, allowing you to prioritize certain trading companies. This addition also means that there will be a lot more level 5 emissaries around the map. This also means when fighting someone, you're more aware of the loot that you're fighting for, and you'll be able to choose if it's worth the fight or not. For those who have captain ships, as you progress through the trading companies, will unlock new ship designs. These designs will be more rare as you progress through the trading companies, making you stand out from other pirates. Another thing you need to remember is when you dive below the water to quick travel to your voyage, is any loot on your boat will not be brought with you, but making sure you sell at an outpost beforehand is crucial. Then just fast travel to your quests, making the flow of the game faster than ever. There will also be a new tutorial feature, which has been updated and improved, with each trading company having the pirate lord explain the quest table and everything that has been updated with season 11 for the trading company. Okay, so those are all the announced changes coming to Sea of Thieves season 11. But how are all of these changes going to change to Sea of Thieves as we know it? Okay, so let's start with the fast traveling system. At first thought, fast traveling seems like a game-changing mechanic that could ruin the game as we know, because sailing is the core mechanic in Sea of Thieves, so fast traveling kind of destroys that. However, this may not end up being the case, because fast traveling is simply an option that the player can choose, so someone who still enjoys sailing always has that option. Also, fast traveling could possibly ruin or at least dampen PvP in some way, although I don't think this is going to be the case, because I think the ability to fast travel is going to give more people reasons to complete quests, meaning that there'll just be more people doing more activities instead of people just sailing around doing nothing, taking way too long to do a simple quest. Now it's going to be on the go. If you see a boat with an emissary, they will have loot, and there should be way more emissaries all around. The next thing we're going to talk about is how now each trading company is going to have certain loot which can only be found from doing those quests. This is a great change because actually doing trading company voyages is becoming less and less common. With stuff like sea forts, world events, shrines, and whatever in between, doing actual company quests is becoming worse and worse as time goes on. But now the fact that these are going to have loot only found within them is going to give you more motive to actually do them. And hopefully these are going to have high loot and high reputation levels. Also, now the fact that it sounds like you're going to be able to level up to 500 within each trading company is going to be a great new update for those players who have already maxed out their level 75 in each trading company. As someone who's maxed out all the trading companies, I find very little motive to actually sell my loot, unless it's to the Reapers with a level 5 emissary just for the insane amount of gold. However, now with this, there's more motive than ever. Trying to reach all 5 distinctions is going to mean I'm always going to be working towards something, even if it's going to take thousands of hours. It's going to be interesting to see how these rings look in game. From the footage they showed, they do look pretty visible, but hopefully they actually do stand out, because if you're going to be spending this much time on them, you're going to want to show them off. And lastly, please say that these tutorials actually teach new players how to play the game. The current tutorials just tell you how to repair your boat and bucket. They need to tell you how to sail, adjust your sail, raise your anchor, and those sort of mechanics, which are going to help new players have a way better time because they're going to get destroyed a whole lot less. Let me know how you guys are feeling about these changes talked about, and leave a comment discussing which your favorite change is. I'm also going to be streaming the new season when it drops on Tuesday the 23rd, so go follow me on Twitch. It's the first link in the description. See you guys in season 11.